Well, I think one of the important things that we need to realize that one of the reasons why we got involved in Afghanistan is the fact that we need to, Canada justification was to help out in Afghanistan and reconstruct the country. And one of the means in which we tried to do that was to fund a school for young girls and women in Afghanistan. Now, after several years, a couple of years now, they've decided to cut that funding. As I said, the minister had an option to continue with that funding. Like any other program that we fund around the world, the government has an option to renew the funding. The minister chose not to do it in this case. So there goes one of the legacies that we were supposed to leave behind in our involvement in Afghanistan was that very specific project, and that's down the drain now with this Conservative government.
Is this kind of in a stark contrast to the way the War of 1812 and the Conservatives seems to want to represent themselves as a warring nation, whereas this is sort of an example of the way we can have a legacy as more of a peacekeeping and a developing nation?
Well, I think part of it is related to that, but I think the problem is deeper than that. I mean, this government has tarnished the reputation of Canada as a world leader in peacekeeping, in international aid, our involvement with the United Nations, on the environment, Aboriginal peoples, Indigenous peoples around the world. We used to play a leading role in many of the issues in many of the challenges that we have around the globe today. We lost that credibility. The Conservatives have tarnished the reputation of Canada on the world stage, and that's where we're at today. And this is just another example of the way that they think we should do international diplomacy and business.
What piece of the amount of money would it require? Like, what piece of the pie? How reasonable?
Well, I think if we look closely at what the cuts that the budget has provided for, the last budget has provided for, we can see very clearly that there's a shift in funding. We're abandoning the poorest countries in the world to the advantage of countries where we have bilateral negotiations, free trade negotiations, where we have mining interests that are involved and so on and so forth, Canadian interests. So there's a lot of shifting going on in terms of international aid by this country, and that's a bit worrisome because a lot of the countries that feel the cuts by this present Conservative government are the poorest countries in the world, and that's sad.